Sorry, it's been a while since I've done any more videos. I've actually been quite busy. A couple of things have been going on at this moment in time. One of them is that I'm actually training for the London Marathon in April 2019. It'll actually be, because we're in 2018 now. For those of you who don't know, I had my hip replaced in about March of 2017. And since then I've been concentrating on getting back up to speed with my fitness, etc. And I did enter the London Marathon as a bit of a joke, and I found I'd actually got in. So yeah, so the past 12 months at least, since I had my hip done, has been all about getting fit in order to do the London Marathon in 2019, and that training's been going really well. I'm actually up to 10 miles now, although I've just picked up a little knee injury over the past week or two. But thankfully, I think, fingers crossed, I'm actually coming out the other side of that now. And I need to be up to 10 miles again by mid-January for the 16-week training plan for me to start that, so I can do the London Marathon in 2019. So that'll be quite interesting. It's about 10 years since I did the last marathon. So yeah, lots of water under the bridge, and I'll be just happy to get round to start with. The other thing I've been doing quite a bit of is 3D printing. I actually am a mechanical engineer. That's what I did when I left school. I did a time-served apprenticeship at the time with the Ministry of Defence in the UK, and now I work in IT. I'm an IT manager, but I do like to keep my hand in with practical things, making things, and 3D printers has been quite interesting over the first few months, past months. We actually got one at work, and I thought, well, I'm going to get one of those at home, so I bought a Creality one at home, which I've done a video for. And that continues to keep my interest going as well, so I've been quite busy doing both of those things as well. So no, one of I got a reply on the YouTube channel the other day from one of the guys saying, "Are you still a Tesla person?" Yes, I am. I just had not had time to do it. So the main reason for this video, and I've wanted to do this for a few weeks, obviously, but I've been busy. But what's it like to own a Tesla after the 12 months? So this is my personal experience of the 12 months of having the car. Various peoples will have their 12 months as to what they've been like. But yeah, I think I've listed some things down here, what's happened in the past 12 months and what I've done. Hopefully it's going to be of some use to you. So I got the car around about November, end of 25th of November I think it was, 2017. Picked it up on a Saturday. Beautiful car, and the reveal experience you get with Tesla is absolutely fantastic. They met you welcome. It'd be an interesting challenge just to have to maintain that when the Model 3 comes to the UK. That'll be quite fascinating. And incidentally, I actually went to Manchester South Service Centre to see the Model 3, and I'll put some photographs up of that. It's an absolutely beautiful car, and I think when those start to get in the UK and the price range it's at, some people say it's not a premium vehicle. No, it looks absolutely fantastic inside to me. For me, it's going to be the future of motoring. Why do you need lots of dials and things like that if you don't need them? So I encourage you, when it does come to the UK, go and have a look at that. So fantastic car. Interested to see the Model 3, and I've still got a reservation on one of those yet. So back to the original topic. What's it like to have a Tesla? So mine's a Model S75. It's not the four-wheel drive version. I think I would have liked to have probably stretched it a little bit more and got that at the time, and that was very soon after we got the car last year. We had quite a bit of snow, and this car, you know, even though it's not a four-wheel drive one, has been really good in the snow. It's just that we went somewhere one evening and it started to snow quite heavily, and I picked a route to come back home. For those of you who know the area in around Bolton and Blackburn, where I live, I came over Belmont, which is quite a moorland type road, and as I started to drive along there, the car was absolutely fine. I turned on the couple of options within the console, but it's quite a scary drive, to be fair, because of the amount of snow that was coming down. You could hardly see the road. But I have to say, even though it was two-wheel drive, it did it absolutely fantastic. It's quite funny at the time. My wife was with me, and she said, "Everything okay?" And yeah, I'm fine driving, but my heart was pounding quite heavily. But it was absolutely fine. But I think, just to cover yourself, I think now you can only get the four-wheel drive anyway. I think that would have been a nice option to go for. But yeah, really good for me in snow. We're now, this is New Year's Eve 2018. Touch wood, we've not had any snow yet, so that's been quite good. So yeah, so I got the car November, and within 3 weeks, just as I was breaking up in effect, using some holidays for Christmas last year, I got into my car on the car park at work, got in, and the car wouldn't start up. It actually came up with an error message saying 12-volt battery warning, call Tesla service. I've done a video on that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, because you can see the video. But yeah, it wasn't really great. But the minute I did the call, right from calling the service centre with the mobile, the way they handled it, getting the car to the service centre at Stockport, Manchester South, who incidentally are absolutely brilliant. Paul Gillet is the manager there. Him and his team, second to none, absolutely brilliant. They look after you if you have issues with your car and inquiries. Fantastic. Yeah, so please see the video about the car. But one thing they did do for me is Tesla got me a Mercedes, a big one, which is on the video as well. And it did feel quite archaic driving that car, although I'm sure it's a very nice car. It did feel quite archaic. And they did loan me the P100D car for a few days, and I have to say that is a frightening vehicle to drive. Not from its instability or anything. You know, mine, when you look at the specs, I believe, don't have a go if I get it wrong, but I believe mine's 0 to 60 in 4.6. That's, you know, the P100 0 to 60 in 2.5, I think it is. It is frighteningly fast. It accelerates so fast, it is unreal. And I think at the time, I may have alluded on one of the other videos, if you do a search on YouTube, there is Martin Brundle, one of the ex-Formula 1 drivers, driving around a Formula 1 Ferrari. I think it's a 2008 one, around the Ferrari test track. And at the bottom of the video, it actually says something like 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. So, all things being equal, the Tesla theoretically accelerates, the P100D out-accelerates a Ferrari Formula 1 car from the start line. It won't keep out-accelerating it, but it just gives you an appreciation how fast that car is. So I had that for a few days. Yes, I used ludicrous mode a couple of times, but you know, it was absolutely crazily fast, but a beautiful car. And the weird thing is, it just looked like my car because it just has a slightly different badge on the side and red calipers. But the main thing is the program of the software and the bigger motors that the car has. So yeah, 12-volt battery warning, that turned out to be an E-fuse, which they fixed, and I got mine back. The second issue I have with mine, I have only had 2 issues with mine, was around summertime, where it's actually at this supercharger at China Ridge, where I come to charge up. I reversed the car to the stall, went to get out to put the charging cable in, and the charging port didn't open, so that was a bit strange. And again, I have done a video on that, but again, same experience really. Tesla service, second to none. They picked the car up, got arranged for me to have a taxi to get home, and I got the car back relatively quick. It was just disappointing, it was on a bank holiday weekend, but the car in effect sorted itself out, and they did say that it would require a little firmware update, which I'm assuming that they've rolled that out in subsequent updates that you get on the car. Which actually brings me to the subject of updates. Sorry, one brief thing I do need to mention. I have had a flat tyre. That was caused by a small screw through the main tread of the tyre. Obviously not a Tesla fault, but the tyres were quite expensive. But luckily, I had a mobile repair guy who I used for my other cars. He came to work and was able to plug the hole in the tread of the tyre because it wasn't on the sidewall. So that cost me about £35, I think it was, to get that fixed. The real, full tyre was around about £270. So just be wary. The tyres can be quite expensive, minus standard rims at this moment in time. Yeah. So other than that, the puncture and the two issues that were genuine Tesla issues. From there, in terms of updates, I've had numerous updates with the car and the software. And when you actually think about that, I cannot think of any other car manufacturer that would actually do any updates over the air like that. You would probably have to take your car in and they'd probably charge you to reprogram it, or even if they can do it at all, they would probably have to replace a module or something in the car. But the updates of the Teslas and the way they do it are absolutely fantastic. We've had the autopilot update recently, which is really good. My car is an autopilot 2.5, and I will do a video on this, and I've been aiming to do it recently. I was hoping we'd have now the navigate on autopilot, which allows the car to change lanes and recommend which lanes to go to. We've not had that, and apparently, I believe, and I'll try and find it, Elon tweeted that is currently with the EU legislators, waiting for them to approve the navigate on autopilot. So hopefully when that comes out relatively soon, I will do a demonstration of that, because that will fit quite nicely with the other video that I've actually done, and we'll see how we'll go from there. But where are we after 12,000 miles? Sorry, it's 12,000 miles, what is that? We're at 12 months. We've actually done, I just checked now, I've actually done 9,994 miles. So when I actually go home, I will have actually done 10,000 miles. We've had the updates, but in terms of charging, of those, call it 10,000 miles, I'd probably say around 200 of those miles have just been paid for, because I have free supercharging for the life I have this car. I have paid only a couple of times for paid charging at charging points. I think both of those have been in York when I've been over to watch my son run the marathon. In terms of cost, where I park in York, you basically get free parking if you pay for the charging. So it cost me in the region of about £15 for 2 visits in total there, so £6 each time. £6.50, something like that. And I have charged partially at home, just to top up, and when I could have time to go to the supercharger. And again, I've probably spent over the past 12 months about £15. So in total, for my driving payment terms, it cost me around about £30. I call it £40 maximum in 12 months. And all importantly as well, I've not had to pay for any any servicing whatsoever. So that's been absolutely fantastic. Back to the updates. The other things, again, that have been absolutely fantastic come recently. Most people will have seen videos where Teslas have been stolen using those devices where they clone or pick up the signal from the keys and transmit them to the cars using passive entry. Well, Tesla took that on board and very quickly rolled out a couple of features. One of them was pin to drive, and again I advise you to turn that on if you've not already had it done. And the other one is also pin to turn off the data. And again, all those are aimed at making the car infinitely more difficult to be stolen. We've had other subtle updates where the mobile phone now can tell the car to actually do an update, so you don't actually have to go to the car to do an update. And they've done some subtle changes to the preheating of the car as well, in terms of warming the seat up. But the main thing with that is that, you know, the car is not fixed at any point in time. We've had the new version of 9 of the software, which gives it a completely different look and feel, very similar to the Model 3, and I do actually like it. It's been a little bit buggy, but I actually prefer that, and that's really, really good. Yeah, so the car is not fixed in time. It's going to completely evolve in terms of software over and over again as they go, which is absolutely fantastic. I mentioned earlier in December, it's now New Year's Eve 2018. This time of year you do actually notice the difference in range you get from the cold weather significantly. I'm having to charge up more at home and at the superchargers to get the range. Where in summertime, with the really nice weather we've had over summer, I get probably a good week's worth of travel in summertime, and the car does last a lot longer in terms of range, and you do have to charge it up a lot less, so just be wary of that if you're looking to get a Tesla. So that's it. It's a quick summary really of where we are in 12 months. I've absolutely loved it. It's fantastic. I did say earlier on that you know, I'm still pushing to try and get the Roadster. I'm still on about 4% discount on the Roadster. Again, please use my referral code to see if I get that, and the offer's still in. If I can actually get to the point of getting a Roadster, I will arrange test rides, etc. For that. Hope you like the videos. I'm hoping to do more videos again this year. I've just been so busy. And again, keep watching the channel, have a look at the other videos, and I'll look forward to seeing the new video. And please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thank you, and Happy New Year.